Ladies and gentlemen, in this video I will be using the greatest selling golf club of all time. You must be expecting a heart-achingly beautiful, sweet sounding and butter soft feeling stick of destiny. Nope, it's this thing. Hey everybody, Peter FInch here, and I present to you the Ray Cook powered by alien technology wedge. Now, according to My Golf Spy, this wedge grossed over $200 million worth of sales in a 3-year period. Now, this club enjoyed the majority of its sales around that golden age of infomercials. So if you think about going on the Golf Channel, you got an infomercial coming on saying this club's the best of all time, it's brilliant, it's amazing. And generally, these clubs were not being made by the major manufacturers. Now, I've seen a few different variations of the alien wedge. This is the Ray Cook Shot Saver 56 degree sand wedge. And according to the online research I did, so My Golf Spy, Golf WRX, this is the single best-selling golf club of all time. So I've already been out to try this at Holywell Golf Club, and the conditions were absolutely baked. So I feel I've got a good understanding of what this wedge is actually like. Now, the wedge itself costs £38 off Amazon, so about $45 depending on when you're watching this, exchange rates, and if the world hasn't imploded yet. And for a wedge, I mean, just look at it. It is absolutely horrendous. It looks like a ramshackle shed that was semi-melted by a drunk dragon. However, there are reasons for this disagreeable appearance. So this massive sole on the wedge, this is primarily designed so you can set up square to it and it will help golfers get the ball out of bunkers. So the wedge, which is powered by alien technology, yes, it really does say that, guides the club up and away, helping the ball escape on a carpet of grainy goodness. Now, when trying to figure this out, it's best to start here, in the bunker, the club's natural environment. Because despite it being incredibly ugly, and really, I just want to fry an egg on it rather than actually hit a shot with it, it does what it says in the tin. The big wide sole, the way you set up to it, square, I mean, I've got what here, a 25-yard bunker shot. So a pretty difficult type of shot. Ball position, I'm just going to put slightly forward, just before the ball in the sand. And I just know, really, no matter what I do, that this ball is going to pop up and out. Look at the stop on it. I mean, that there was a bit heavy. It's going to finish in pretty much the same spot. Oh, thinned it, sit down. Got to hit the sand. Yeah, it doesn't matter what wedge you use. If you thin it, it ain't going to end up well. So I really didn't think I'd say this when the wedge arrived a few days ago. But if you are someone who does not care about aesthetics, someone who is just desperate to get the ball up and out of a bunker, I'd actually seriously consider this wedge because the price point is so much cheaper than others on the market. It does exactly what it says on the tin, but I'm afraid that's maybe where the positives will end, as we will soon see. Now, before you jump onto Amazon to get this club, make sure you use those itchy trigger fingers to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, get down into those comments, let us know if there's any clubs that you've bought via an infomercial, anything not off the main manufacturers, let us know in the comments below and how you got on with them. So the undoubted strength of this club is to get out of sand, and one of the reasons why it can do that is because of this massive sole. It is huge. So it's got this kind of wavy design, but it does come with a compromise because to get that wide of a sole, it also needs the face to reach back quite a long distance. And the only way to do that is to make the head actually hollow. So this wedge has more in common with hybrids, fairway woods and drivers than it does the wedges that I've got in my bag and that you will probably have in your bag as well. And that hollow headed construction makes it feel, well, have a listen to this. I'll try and get it as close to the mic as possible. Oh, get higher. Oh, not bad at that. Horrible. It's like hitting the ball with a bathtub, and the way that the leading edge juts out so much to make room for that sole, it makes the offset again look huge. It's just a really weird looking thing. So as mentioned, really on a pitch shot, anything over 50 yards, this club is completely pointless. It's just not going to do you any favours at all. But let's have a little bit of a test around the green, shall we? So I brought a Wilson wedge, one of the high toe ones, which is as different from this as you could possibly imagine. I'm going to have a little test, just 3 different areas around the green and see which one comes out on top. just for fun. That's what it's all about. Let's just have some fun. I'm going to go alternate shot. I'll go with the 56 Wilson to begin with. Much more of a classic standard shape. And to be honest, a hell of a relief to look at after that gopping Ray Cook design. As you can tell, I'm not quite a fan of the way it looks. So first little test here, very simple chip up the hill. Lie here in the semi-rough. That isn't too bad at all there with the Ray Cook. A massive frying pan behind the ball. But listen, it just pops up. I mean, it's gone a little bit to the right, but it does pop up nice and easy out of these dodgy lies. Again, it does what it says on the tin. Oh, that shot through, you know. And the Ray Cook sneak in there. Oh, it can. Oh, it's just the Wilson, just the Wilson. So longer shot here, off a bit of a tighter line. I'm gonna go Ray Cook first. I mean, the big advantage of having the bounce is you know it's gonna glide, you know it's not gonna stick, but the actual spin is so inconsistent. It's so hard to actually tell how it's gonna react when it bounces. And to be fair, for a first shot, that's not too bad. Maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh on it, but maybe not. Yeah, the feel off the Wilson is a gazillion times better. Just run through a bit. Alien in the lead at the moment, I think. No, see, that's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. Just like rolled up the face and just, ugh. Yeah, you can just tell, like, there's such a better understanding of what's actually going to happen with the Wilson over that. 2-0 Wilson. So third and final test out of the bunker. This is where you'd imagine that the Ray Cook wedge really comes into its own. I mean, the Wilson is triumphant, but let's see. I like the way this Wilson wedge sits, actually. Looks like I can get a fair bit of spin on it. Release out of touch. That's pretty decent from this distance, about 25 yards here. Come on, Ray Cook, in behind the ball. Oh, that's nipped. Oh, that was lovely. Spin actually stopped it getting closer. All right, last one with the Wilson. That's two very good shots from the Wilson there. All right, Ray Cook, here's your chance. Your one chance to redeem yourself. Let's make it happen, come on. Oh, spins too much, just stops. So some fairly interesting results, and I think I was always confident about that Wilson coming out on top simply because I'm more used to the way it looks. But how to summarise this? I would say that for the price, it's a good wedge. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Out of bad lies, out of bunkers, it's gonna get the ball up and away. But it doesn't mention in the small print just how uncontrollable, ugly, and unusable it will be, certainly for me, on the longer shots. But we're talking this club being about £100, $110, $20 cheaper than the main manufacturer's wedges. Now that, as far as a value proposition, is pretty incredible. So let me know what you think. Just want to say a massive thank you for watching. Big thank you to Townley and to Hollywell for having me down when I was testing this wedge out. It's a really interesting club, and I'm glad I tested it if nothing else. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, get down into those comments below. Let me know what you think about these clubs. And we'll see you down here next time. Powered by alien technology.